This is a Fox News alert. Qaddafi's supporters attacking rebel-held towns in the northern portion of Libya. So is this just another attempt by Qaddafi to stay in power? And could he eventually turn to terrorism like the 1988 Pan Am bombing? Cliff May from the Foundation for the Defense of Democracy joins us live from D.C. Hey, Cliff.
Good morning, Steve.
Okay, so Qaddafi famously retired from the terrorism business, but now his back is up against the wall, and people in the United States are wondering, could he come back into the terror business again?
Very easy for him to come out of retirement and get back into the terrorist business. I think what we definitely know is that Qaddafi will do anything to stay in power, and that if he does survive, he will want revenge, and that if he does think he's going down, he won't go gently.
Sure. Well, if he doesn't go gently, what could he do? I mean, if we've got him in a box and he can't move, I suppose he could pick up the phone, he could pick up the radio and tell his old buddies, hey, help me out, I'm in a jam.
He can make phone calls. He has envoys. Going back to the 1980s, he has given assistance to just about every terrorist group on the planet, certainly anyone that has come to him for help, and he could go back to them. And he probably has funds, even though there's an attempt to freeze his funds, that he can pay. It doesn't cost that much to get a suicide bomber, after all, to put explosives into some body cavity and use it on an airplane. All that is possible. By the way, even groups like Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda does not like Qaddafi,
right,
but he has in the past cooperated with Al-Qaeda against what we're seeing as common enemies. We know that.
One of the other problems is, and he hasn't pulled this yet, apparently he's got a gigantic store of mustard gas, and he might not be able to obviously get that on an airplane or something like that, but he could kill his own people, a bunch of them.
Well, I mean, one of the main reasons being cited for what we're doing in Libya is to stop him from doing that kind of thing. There was certainly a realistic fear that he'd go into Benghazi, and as he said, he would show no mercy to the citizens there. We could have seen a Rwanda-like genocide. So, yeah, I don't think the mustard gas is used for terrorism, but there are all sorts of things that can be used for terrorism.
Right.
And I've heard, and I can't verify this, that he has wealth stored in such ways as blood diamonds from West Africa. And keep in mind, he has mercenaries he's using right now, and he is paying them somehow or other, so he has access to funds that he can use.
So as long as he's got the dough, those guys are going to continue to shoot at the rebels.
They're going to shoot at the rebels, and I do think it's a realistic fear to say that he may want to use terrorism. Now, who he will be most angry at, whether it's his colleagues in the Arab League who have deserted him, or French President Sarkozy, who has sort of led the charge, or Obama, who has disappointed them, I can't tell you. But I wonder if he doesn't think about that late at night.
No kidding. All right. Cliff May, I know you think about this all the time. We thank you very much for joining us from D.C.
Thank you, Steve.